Here are some laws or logical equivalency laws that are supposed to help you. Again, our end goal is being given a really decently long equation and trying to make it shorter, if not prove that the darn thing's actually true or false. Go figure. It can happen once in a while. Now, that's our true end goal. We can always use truth tables to solve this, but honestly, it's going to be a heck of a lot longer. It's going to be a lot more work, so that's why we're trying to do this way instead. Now, notice there's almost two parts to every single law that we have here. Identity law, domination, all these almost have two parts. Remember, when given an equation, I'm trying to fit the form of this. It may not be a P there. It may be an A or B or something of that nature, and then we could do substitution, has a T, then we reduce down to whatever that was. So again, these are all forms that we're trying to manipulate our equation into looking something very simple with some very simple substitution, and then, well, producing something that really matters to us and does some shrinking. Notice just on this one for the identity law, if we happen to have some equation or true, then the equivalent is going to be P. So we can have a whole bunch of stuff that's over here on the P side. We do some simple substitution. If it happens to have an or true, then great, we can get rid of the or true. Okay, well actually that's and true, sorry. But anyway, that's where we do some reduction. That's what all of these items are trying to do, is reduce some items. Now, we will have plenty of exercises on that here in a minute. The other interesting part is that in the notes, I'm going to have another link that just has this table. You're going to need to print that out, especially when you do your homework or something of that nature. You're going to need this. I need it whenever I'm doing work with you guys and trying to solve something. I'm going to have it too. So make sure you have this table. Make sure you've printed that out somewhere because you are going to need it here, especially in the next few sets of notes and exercises. Before we end this, here's what I would do honestly, and I can honestly tell you that I've done this, is what law is doing what? I mean, how is this helping you? Okay, this is getting rid of an or true and an or false. Okay, that's how it notes that I would write down. This is basically doing the same idea, but again, there's a little bit of difference when it comes to the overall setup. Here, if we have anything that is or true, then we know it's going to end up being true. If we have anything with an or false, we know it's going to end up being false. That's a great reduction. Let's put it that way, okay? So I would go through each one of these. You've seen associative law, you've seen distribution law. Some of you have seen De Morgan's laws, which I'll go into detail here in a minute. I would go through them and just take a guess of what each of them are doing. Double negation. Notice it's reducing. I get rid of two negatives or two negative signs or with negation signs, whatever you want to call it. That's the important part. I'm still going to go through most of these with you here in a moment, but at least I want you to take a look at your overall synopsis so far, what these are doing.